changed. You stopped being you. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. You're better than that!
Yeah. I guess my life has started drifting, and I guess you're right, I should've listened. But to this life I'm forever imprisoned. Who would've thought since I was christened I would be placed in this very position? This is not the life that I ever envisioned. The devil's substance were taking over with addiction. Demons taking my friends with convictions. I troubled home living in housing commission. I was a young teen raised in hard conditions. From alcohol to weed till I'm taking prescriptions. I didn't have any friends so I acted out. Remember at home my mama smacking out. I was beaten at home so now I'm passing out. As a child this taught me there's no backing down. I took my anger to my bullies, I smacked their mouths. I stepped to my demons, look who's packing now. The older kids hated me cause I lacked the clout. Today I'm ready to battle, there's no backing out. My PTSD leads to contracting doubt. But the trauma is my heart, I'm rapping now. Who would have thought that I'd have such a story? Living life to the fullest, it's SHYE they call me. All of my haters saying that my rhymes are corny, but I look at you and your lines are boring. At least I can say that my mind is pouring. All this darkness and my heart's still roaring. Gone are the days that I'd be high and scoring. Rest in peace my brothers in the sky, they're soaring. My soul was broken, now it's started restoring. Look up to the heavens when I'm recalling the moments I survived when I was crawling. And the moments I cried when time was pausing. Picture a kid just trying to find his place. A tiny life form in the galaxy's time and space. Outcast from the world so his mind will shake. So he turns to the things he left behind in wake. There's very things that seem to define his fate. Poisons that led to the rush crimes will pay. The only thing he'd seen in his life was shade. The very drugs from his family's lives betrayed. He was only a baby when he'd had the taste. A beer on his pacifier that only time replaced. He was only 11 when he got high in face. A future of spiraling until that high would fade. It no longer numbed that pain that ate. It no longer took away the very fear of shame. For once he was whole and now he was broken. He's right back at the start and the devil's awoken. He lost the only thing that made him open up about his demons that he'd never spoken. He only escaped was the path he'd never chosen. He had to brave the storm through the ocean and put a plan in motion with devotion. He could feel the emotions that are no longer frozen. He had to venture into the land of clean, a place he only knew from his grandest dreams. He tried to reach it before planted seeds, but he couldn't find it with no plan it seems. So that paradise fell into nightmarish screams. But this time he had help from an angel who was once a devil at Satan's table. She watched over him since life was painful. She seen him grow up in the cradle, lived in a house where life was unstable. This is a story you think was just a fable, cause that mama got clean despite the label. She guided her son as much as she was able. He followed the path and he was grateful. He made it out what would have been fatal. He had a glimmer of hope finally at last. His darkest years had finally passed, and to think the light outweighed the dark. To think that all those nights in prayers he asked, he finally got away from the devil's heart, who'd been in control since the start. Crazy how baby born into addiction can defeat all odds and gain recognition. As someone who was once Satan's experiment that rose up to be an angel's living testament. I'm forever grateful. My thank you to my mama for guiding the way. Yeah, I'm out.